of Maisie, and I remember this town of Hallett in 1927, I'll say 27. I've got it there.
Yes.
In this map that I have given you a copy of, not a topographical, but a political map, more or less, of Hallett in 1927, and on it you can count 5 operating hotels. Now the drawing card here at Hallett were the 2 railroads. You see, we have on the west side of town, running north and south, what was the Frisco, now the Burlington Northern Railroad, and on the east side, running principally north and south, maybe southwest and northeast, the MK&T Railroad. Well, back in those days, when you shipped a piece of freight, it had to be changed from one railroad to another as the route directed.
Yes.
You didn't have a straight shot connection at everything, and much freight was transferred back and forth across town from one railroad to the other to get it to its destination. That was also true with people. And that was the cause of the hotel. That's the reason for the existence of the hotels. You could get a meal or stay all night to make your train connection, which you had to do. There was a time, and I don't know when this was. This is only a story to me, and bear in mind that these things cannot at the present be documented. I'm just working from memory. But there was a time, and I would suspect it was in the 25s, 26 or 27, someplace along in there, that the fastest way you could get from St. Louis to Amarillo, Texas, was to change trains in Hallett, Oklahoma.
Is it?
And that was one quirk of scheduling, I suppose, but it was a considerable transportation hub. But when the automobile became popular and the roads were built that weren't just mud, then that's what started Hallett downhill. Mike, can you run this back a little bit and see if we're recording all right? Can you?
Oh, sure.
Definition on those railroads, that
Yes, if you can, give us some connecting points,
Yeah.
some dates on them.
Okay, I'm ready to roll, and you are. Are we rolling now?
Yeah, we're doing good
Oh,
now.
all right, fine. Concerning the railroads that we mentioned previously, that was at the time that it was put in, the one that runs west of town, principally southeast and northwest, was the Frisco, St. Louis, San Francisco, SS and L, or I don't remember.
Yeah, it's changed quite a few
Yeah.
times.
It took care of the east and west general travel, and the MK&T took care of the north and south general travel.
So would you say the latter railroad would connect, say, Kansas with
the MK&T, Missouri, Kansas, and Texas, was, I believe, joined the main line of the MK&T, which runs north and south in the eastern part of Oklahoma, at Parsons, Kansas. That was the northern terminus, and the southern terminus was Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now that was for the principal northeast-southwest railroad, and the northwest-southeast railroad, being the Frisco, came out of, I believe, Tulsa, as far as I know, but went on to connect with the Santa Fe at Avard. There's a railroad station out in western Oklahoma, Avard, where those two got together. Now, I could be wrong about that, but that's the way I remember it.
But would it also run through Pawnee?
Oh, yeah.
Would be a connection to Pawnee?
Yeah, Casey was the first little, Greenup was the first little town.
Yeah,
There was only a bar, a blacksmith shop, and a schoolhouse at Greenup, which is 2 miles north of Hallett.
I had that on here somewhere, but I can't find it right offhand. On the Frisco, do you have any idea when it was built?
I'd say 1910, and that's a guess.
The MK&T, was they
Well, now,
both?
it ran through Manford. It would have been built at the same time that one at Manford was.
Okay, now the one at Manford came through in 1902.
Well, all right, that would have been the same thing.
And the oldest line, the other line was in before it was.
The MK&T?
Yes, it came in earlier than that. I haven't found it.
Well, about 1900. It wasn't very much earlier.
Have you ever heard anyone talk about who built the railroads, how they built them?
Yes, but not with a very good memory. It was done with teams and dump wagons and a lot of hand labor, yes.
Was the labor nationalities?
It was mostly local labor, the way I understood it. I
Yes.
suppose all the technical people had